what's going on, everybody? What do you say there, Tracy?
How you doing, Grizz? Like the new intro. Kind of rocking.
Yeah. What's going on, Tammy? Roger. Hey, Kelly. Welcome, everybody, to another edition of Paranormal Plus. Yeah, we're going to rock this show on tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully everybody's going to be sliding on in tonight. So what we got cooking tonight there, Tracy?
Well, we got a pretty good guest on there. I'm sure most people here have heard of him, Corbin Bentley.
Bentley.
Out of the Indiana South Bend area. And without any further ado, let's just bring him on.
All right. Yeah, let's bring him in, Mr. Bentley.
Yo.
Welcome to the show there. How you doing there, sir? Welcome.
Doing good. How are you guys?
Wonderful. So introduce yourself to the world. Hello, Brian, and tell us all about yourself.
Well, my name is Corbin Bentley. I don't know. I started paranormal investigating when I was 15, and here I am now, sitting with you wonderful people, talking about ghosts. So I'm 27. Got started when I was 24, I believe, and it's been a journey. It's been a really, really crazy journey.
Awesome.
That is awesome. That was awesome. You have someone that you take with you on your trips too, don't you? On your hunts?
Yes, I do. I take my haunted doll, Lucy.
Yeah.
What? Somebody else has got a doll. Wow. I got to see it. You got it with you?
No, she's not with me. She's back at home.
Yeah. Grizzly's got some dolls in his place that
yes, I do.
Here and there.
Oh yeah, I love haunted island items. So it's awesome.
No, that's great, man. That's great, man. So yeah, you're out of the Indiana area. So
yeah.
So you started talking. You said about you're 23. So what about 5 years ago when you really started diving into it?
Yeah.
Did you have any thoughts? Growing up, any experiences that you kind of thought, hey man, maybe that's kind of weird. Maybe it ain't. But like us, we all, as you're growing up, you have girlfriends, you have, other stuff, sports, stuff like that. You don't really think too much into it. Your mind isn't quite open. But did you have any experiences when you were younger that you might think might have been, paranormal?
No, I grew up watching Ghost Adventures with my dad. So I've always been interested in it. Funny story. My dad took us to this haunted church down the street. My mom said it was haunted. So went down there and had some stuff happen to us. And I was like, you know what? I'm never doing anything like this ever again. Now, fast forward, I know I've gotten older and I'm like, okay, like I want to do something that's different. Not many people are doing this. I want to do something that's different. So here I was doing abandoned locations. Then paranormal stuff started happening. So I'm like, what in the world? Like I got fascinated with it. And, I started posting on TikTok, videos started going viral. Then long story short, here I am again.
Well, how did you come about Lucy?
Lucy was at the Birdsell Mansion. That's the place where I do tours at out in South Bend, Indiana. Yep. And she was just sitting upstairs. We were cleaning out the house, and she was sitting upstairs. I threw out all the toys, but I left just this one doll for some reason. And I circled back 2 months later, and I'm like, you know what? I'm talking to my buddy. I'm like, something's wrong with this doll. So I grab it, and the whole house starts going crazy. The doll starts talking, footsteps, all sorts of energy. It was just insane. So she's been my road buddy since then.
Yeah. You haven't felt any danger or anything with her?
No. She said that she didn't want people touching her because when people touch her, they have nightmares. So, I mean, other than that, like, nothing crazy. I know Nick Groff and Tessa touched her, and Tessa was having a hard time dealing with it afterwards. So,
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, I know Grizz goes through that with his dolls here and there.
Yes,
you got any questions about the doll, Grizz? You guys might have.
I'm good with dolls. We just had a session with my dolls, and I've got psychics. I've got a panel of psychics, and I know exactly what you're going through.
Yeah,
dealing with that. Mine scared the hell out of me. So, yes, I know
terrifying.
exactly what he's talking about.
Yeah, Grizz does a lot of podcasts, and we're on 91 streams right now. Is that right, Grizz?
113 right now on 15 platforms, and tomorrow I have 19 audio platforms.
Okay,
Awesome.
cool. Yeah. So he does a lot. And he does throughout the day and stuff. So one of his shows prior to this, they go over haunted objects, if I remember correctly.
Right.
Yeah, with him and FDL. I don't know if you ever heard of FDL Paranormal. They're out of London, out of that area, a little bit north of London.
Okay.
Me and my wife went to London about a month ago, and we met up with them. Super nice people, real nice group. A lot of history over there, So
Yeah, London's awesome. I can't wait to go. That's my next.
are you going? Are you going to the Spirit or at the end of the month or something over there? Daniel Class and all those guys are going to. I didn't know if you were going to that.
No, I heard about it though. I know Daryl Marston might be out there too. He's a good buddy of mine, so I think he's going out there. I wanted to.
Yeah, we were. If work caused me not to be able to go, my wife and I were actually going to go a month later than what we did, so we could attend that. But unfortunately, we, unable to.
Yeah.
So you talk about 4 years ago getting into it, and you said you just kind of wanted to do something different. But man, you've blown up.
Yeah, I didn't expect it. I really didn't expect it at all. So
no, that's awesome, man. That's good. I'm glad to see the positive. You spread positivity.
Yeah, I try to. There's a lot of negativity in this world, and also in the paranormal community. So I just try to stay to myself and do what I love to do. And people like me or like me, they do, they don't. I mean, I'm just doing what I love to do, and that's just ghost hunting and figuring out what happens after we're done. What happens after that? Why are these things still here? How are they able to see us, can communicate? It's just all fascinating to me.
Yeah. Well, I was going to ask what was your scariest hunt, but if you got a doll that's talking to you, I'm thinking that's probably going to be the scary one.
Right. Now, Tammy Johnson wants to know, did you name it Lucy, or was it already named Lucy?
It was already named Lucy. I asked her what her name was, and she said Lucy. She said like 8 times. I had all this on video too.
Whoa.
No kidding.
Yeah, that's the first day I found her. I was recording the whole thing. So it was awesome.
That's crazy.
Is it on one of your YouTube pages or?
Yeah, it's on TikTok. So
everything's
on TikTok. Yeah.
Man, I'm gonna look that up after this.
Yeah, it's crazy. You asked one of my scariest places. Ashmore Estates was pretty active for me when I went. Like, I don't know, it's something about just the atmosphere over at Ashmore. You sits in the cornfield and it's off to the side. It's just all bad. So
yeah, the only light shining in is that outside street light.
That's the only light you get.
Yeah, I had a bad experience there. Anyway, we talk about it a lot. I ended up having a shadow come at me, and I looked real quick. And long story short, 6 months later, I was missing a disc in my neck. Yeah, and it was like I almost got completely out of the paranormal after that. It wasn't a good thing. I was, going to the spiritual healers, going to this and that, sage, all kinds of stuff, but it ended up missing the disc is what it all ended up being. But it happened that night in a split second. I don't know how, but could be coincidence, whatever.
That's terrible.
Yeah,
I don't ever want to have an experience like that.
Yeah, it's probably I played soccer up till I was like 48 years old, so I mean it could have been something like that, taking some shots on the head, stuff like that. But man, it's just too much. It's just so much of a coincidence at that time. I was like, wow, right. But it is what it is. So with Lucy, let me lose some train of thought.
They're already asking you questions. They're asking, do you experiment with Lucy? Like going locations with her or without her? Or what do you do with her?
So, you know what? As of lately, I've noticed that when I don't bring her is when things are more active without Lucy. So I wonder if maybe if I don't bring her, I'll get more evidence. But when I bring her, I'll have a quiet night. I mean, I might get some stuff regardless, but it's not as active as it is when Lucy's not there. So I don't know. I just don't know. It's weird.
But what about the place where you found her when you hunt there? Is it more active or not?
Yeah. It's these past couple weeks through to a month. It's been ridiculous. I do ghost tours there, so people buy tickets and they come ghost hunt, and it's been really active lately. I can't explain it. People have been getting scratched and we're having full blown conversations with this, whatever it is. Like as I'm talking to you, we're responding back like verbally, audibly. So it's just like mind-boggling.
So you, like you said, you had a recorder. So I'm interested. So when have other people, face to face, been with you, seen her talking?
Yeah, yep.
Really?
Tours, yep. I have her every tour date. I have her every event. I have her there. So some days she's quiet, some days she's not. She moves by herself. Some people say her eyes blink, and she's just a regular old Cabbage Patch doll. I mean, I haven't seen her eyes blink yet, but people have had some crazy experiences with her.
Have you taken just out of morbid curiosity? Have you taken any other Cabbage Patch dolls around her to see if any? I don't know much about the doll world, but
yeah,
see if there's any. She tries to interact or something. Just curious about that.
Not any other Cabbage Patch, but other haunted items she doesn't like. Like any other haunted dolls, like it's like a no-go.
Okay. Yeah, we collect old toys, and we have a bunch of old Cabbage Patch dolls, the early 90s, late 80s, whatever, I believe those years. So yeah, that's interesting to me. So if you take her around other haunted objects, she doesn't like it. So what other objects have you taken her around? Just curious, because we know there's a lot of stuff out there, but anything famous, anything like that?
Anything? What? One more time?
Well, like famous. Have you ever taken her to the Warren stuff or
no? I should though. I really should. A lot of people have like expressed interest in her because she does readings as well. So, we just had an incident last week where, a lady came on to the event and she just lost a grandmother, and Lucy was able to read her grandmother being there, her favorite color. It was insane. So on my Instagram, I have a couple of videos. She does like celebrity readings as well. So when I'll have like reach out to like a celebrity, I'm like, okay, this is Lucy. Like she's gonna tell you some stuff that we don't know about you. And here it is. Lucy's saying your favorite color is black. It's been incredible. Like I can't even explain it.
Man, I got to see this doll. I think me and the wife are going to have to make a special trip out there to go to one of your hunts.
Yeah. Once the news found like got with of like Lucy being and like in South Bend, like they came right to the house and they did a whole segment on Lucy. Like I said, Nick Groff has been with Lucy. Zach is trying to get Lucy from me. I'm not gonna give it to Zach though.
yeah, there you go. Well, everything's a demon.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you got enough stuff, Zach. So
yeah, he does. He's got a lot of stuff. And like we talked earlier, that everybody that I've met in the paranormal field is very accepting. Of others. You hear some negative stuff. We've talked about it before, me and Chris. People post on Facebook and people saying I'm never coming back. To paranormal field. I've seen a few like that, and they haven't come back, But as far as like reality, face to face, talking to people, everybody's been pretty much super nice to me personally. I mean, I'm sure they have been for Grizzly too, because
yes, absolutely,
Grizzly's a good guy, and I'm sure they have been to you, very accepting too. So that's actually a pretty cool thing because if you think about it, 10 years ago the paranormal community wasn't very accepted by others.
Mm-hmm.
You always hear those stories about people that just were kind of shunned from their community because they dressed different, and I'm not saying we dress different or anything like that, but at that time they just assumed you're a part of the paranormal community if you dress goth, stuff like that. And they didn't understand the paranormal community. So I'm glad I'm proud to be a part of it now. I've been doing it for about 6 years with that paranormal and the hunts we go on is exciting. So we always ask everybody, what's your go-to other than Lucy? What's your go-to piece of equipment that you like to take with you? What's the one thing you couldn't do without?
My Bentley box. It's my own personal spirit box. Austin Maynard from Deathwalker. He makes you guys may have heard of him. He makes spirit boxes. So he made me a spirit box and it works wonders for me. He's even like, I don't know how you get these responses you get with your box. It's just connection me with the box has, but that's my baby right there.
No, that's awesome. That's awesome. Mine's just a regular straight up EMF, man. Just hold it out there. You can't
go wrong with those. You can't go wrong with that.
You can't. Now, when I did the catacombs in Paris last month.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, we're 90 foot deep, 100 foot deep in the ground.
Oh my gosh.
And I didn't get a thing. But
What?
we were kind of rushed a little bit, and then I started thinking halfway through, maybe they're in French,
Oh, true.
So yeah, so then I talked to the tour guide, and she's like, she told me, change la couleur, so I'm trying to tell it to change the color, and I tell you what, man, it was just, pardon the pun, just dead. I mean, absolutely no energy down there at all in the spots that we went, and I don't know if I would have thought that there would have been something there. There's only one person there that's buried there that actually died there. All the rest of the people were brought down. So it depends what you believe in on it, right? But I tell you what, dude, it was a great tour. I mean, we were down there for I think 2 hours, something like that, and it was pretty cool. It really was, just to see all that.
Was it scary?
Yeah. My wife, she's our camera person for that paranormal, so she's been through some stuff with us, and but yeah, it scared her. They tell you don't touch, and that was after I already touched them about 500 times. Setting the equipment up, kind of walking around. I did some EVPs down there too, and I didn't get anything off, but I could only do it for so long. And like I said, after realizing I probably should have been talking in French, I kind of like, damn it, that kind of blew it for me.
Something's got to be down there.
Yeah, but it was, you think about the just the ground crumbling down above you, that could be scary too. They actually had a building fall in 2003 because of all these pits, which are the catacombs. So you don't even know what's on top of you when you're down there. I'm sure they do, but we don't,
Right.
So yeah, but it was scary. It was creepy seeing all the skeletons like that, man. It was it was a cool experience for me, a scary experience for my wife. I recommend it to anybody though. If you can get in there, get a private tour.
It's just one of those things you got to experience before you leave this earth. Like catacombs, like Paris, Ireland's a good one. Just like going out of the country and doing these fun things, like especially for me, paranormal stuff. I got to go to a castle. Like I have to go to a castle.
Yeah,
that's my bucket list, is a castle.
That I agree. We're going. Our plan is to go to Scotland and Ireland next year. I want to try to hit a castle over there, at least one somewhere. I'm gonna stay the night is what I want to do. So that's the plan. But no, man. Hey, what we talked earlier about Ricky Hilliard. We talked about the Bell Mansion and stuff like that. I mean, how far that's in your backyard, basically, it's not too far from you. Where's the furthest away you've gone to do a hunt?
New Orleans. Yeah, New Orleans.
That'd be cool.
I did the I can't even say it. The Malion Hotel. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
I did that. I tried to get in the Lottery Mansion, but I couldn't find who to contact for that. But yeah, New Orleans is a hot spot for me. I love New Orleans. Like, I feel like that's home. Like, I don't know. I just feel like I'm so drawn to New Orleans, the French Quarter. Like, I'm just so drawn to that area.
You ever hunt, Grizz? You ever hunt down there in Louisiana?
No. Last time I was down there, was a murder scene in the hotel parking lot. So,
oh no!
And it was right before Hurricane Katrina hit. So I was down there for a wedding.
Wasn't the hotel he's hunting, was it?
I'm telling you, it was pretty wild. We was coming back with crayfish, and then the police were there, and they're like, "You can't enter." I'm like, "We can't enter." That's my room. And he's like, "There's a body right there in the parking lot." So yeah.
Here's a question. Here's a question for you. Have you and Lucy been to the Vasilla house?
No, that's something I should do.
Melissa house. I'm sorry.
I want to get out there. I really, really want to get out there. It's a small place, though, isn't it? It's really small. I heard.
That's the one in Iowa, right?
Yep, right in Iowa.
The axe murders.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, we did a Edinburgh Manor out there by there, and Kat Armstrong is who we did that with, and she had told us about it, but we didn't have enough time. We just went up there for a weekend, my wife and I, a couple of years ago. So
Edinburgh's active. That's an active spot.
Oh, dude, I tell you what, that's the creepiest place I've ever hunted.
Really? I'll be back there December 8th.
Yeah. No, my wife wouldn't go in there after dark. So
what? It gets dark out there, man. It's really dark outside, and the whole place is dark.
And the basement, man, that basement and the boiler room and all that stuff, that's just nuts.
The Joker.
One day I'm going to drag Grizzly out there. We're going to take his dolls and go walking around.
I'm good. We'll leave the dolls in the studio, ladies and gentlemen. So
looks like FDL joined us. Hey, FDL, how you guys doing? So the Waverly Hills, Grizz is actually down by Great Waverly Hills, aren't you, Grizz? You're not too far from there.
Oh, nice. Okay.
My mom used to work there.
What?
Yes. I used to go visit her when it was a nursing home when I was a child.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, and when she was a child, she used to play in the deaf chute, the deaf tunnel.
Yeah, no.
So, yeah.
No, man.
Yeah.
I couldn't even make it down that thing.
Did you have you hunted that yet?
Yep, I went last April.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was curious about that. I haven't gone yet. We want to go down and meet up with Grizzly one day and do that. It's on my bucket list. I'm near St. Louis, Missouri, by the way. So that's still like, I think, a 7 or 8 hour drive, just like South Bend's a 5 hour, I think, roughly 5 hour drive to you guys. Because we get invited.
Have you did like Limp Mansion?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
How was that for you?
I tell you what, that was pretty cool. We got the double room there, and the ceilings are like 15 foot tall. And me and my wife, and then my daughter and her husband went there, and there's just this huge pocket door that shuts between them, and it's actually where one of the Limp family members shot themselves in that room that we stayed. So I left the TV light on, all night long. But I set up a cassette recorder in there, trying to see if I could get anything. I couldn't really hear much on it, but I had an anomaly camera that we use that my buddy built for us for Paralink.com. And it circles whenever it catches something. I think we got an orb in there, and we got something in there that it circled. I never made it out. Couldn't really make out what it was. And we did get a lot of stuff on the SLS. A lot of the SLS stuff to me can be debunked though,
Yeah.
But then again, there's some things where it's like odd that it showed up there. Yeah, no, I mean it was creepy. After 10:30 at night when they close the restaurant, you have the run of the place. You can hunt all over, and then they have the caves shut off where you can't go down into the cave system. There's a cave system that leads to the actual Limp Brewery, which is like 3 or 4 blocks away.
Wow.
Yeah, if you ever read up on that, it's cool. Now, I don't know. When we were there wasn't really an owner there. But I have heard stories before that sometimes they will open it.
The brewery's haunted too, isn't it?
Yeah, the brewery's haunted too, yeah.
Yes.
Now that they have, the haunted the Halloween stuff during the, October, people go walk through it, they scare you, stuff like that. But yeah, I've always wanted to hunt the brewery itself, but we did the Limp House, the mansion itself, which was cool.
Okay.
There's tons of stuff in our area that we can do too. McPike Mansion, Mineral Springs Mall. You ever make it this way for them?
That's in Alton, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I haven't been out that. I need to get out there. That's one of my to-do lists.
Yeah, let us know whenever you come out, man. We'll help you out, help you get in there anyway. Or you probably don't need that help, but if you wanted to, we'd more help you.
I would love that. The hotel, right? Have you guys been there?
The Mineral Springs? Oh yeah.
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 Yeah. Are they doing ghost hunts? I checked that. I don't think they were or something.
It's been 2 years, I think, since I did my last ghost hunt there. Went there. I did go there a year and a half ago to the spiritual healer when I had that problem with my neck, and they were open then, and they were still doing ghost hunts. But man, I'd have to check that out. There's a YW or YMCA up here that's actually haunted too.
I heard about that.
Yeah, Riverbend Paranormal. Brian Murray and Rochelle Stratton.
Love them.
Yeah. They hunt there a lot. There's a lot of other mansions in the area too that you can hunt as well. So it's pretty cool. It's not, Bigfoot's or Grizzly's he's into all this stuff, but he's a world-class Bigfoot person. He's been into it. So I just wanted to ask you about that. What do you think about cryptids?
I believe it. I believe in it. I believe in it. I'm not going to lie. I think I'm not closed-minded to these things because I'd be foolish for personally thinking it's just us out here There's no cryptids or Bigfoots and mermaids. Like, we just don't know. This earth is full of surprises, man.
Well, hey, Grizz actually, he's got evidence on Bigfoot. Tell him what all the evidence you've gotten, Grizz.
Oh, we got pictures, videos. We've got. I actually, I got. You're gonna laugh. I got a ton of chiggers. I went out on Operation Stealth Camera and put out a ton of trail cameras behind the house. I got a bunch of woods and different makes and models of trail cameras. And I've got some pictures that are very questionable. I can put it at that. That will make you say, what in the world is that? And I've got some pictures of some tracks. We don't know what they are, that they are very large. So I've got these cameras strategically placed in the woods because we know that they allegedly can see IR and infrared, and some of them don't even use that technology. So I don't know when I'm going to capture, but I'm trying. So I just put them out.
Yeah, I never realized the communication between them until Grizzly was talking about it on one of the shows about the knocking on the trees.
Tree knocks, rock knocks, the whoops, the yells, we got people, and Corbin, and this is going to sound off the wall, but they got families of these beasts that live on their property and they feed them. And they're like family.
What?
Yes.
They feed Bigfoot?
Yes, they do. And I know this sounds crazy, but they bring evidence and show you, and these people are not crazy.
So they have video evidence of Bigfoot feeding.
Yes, they do. And we have them on shows. And we got a guy right here, Brian. He has got Bigfoot scat in his freezer that we had him. He actually fed Bigfoot peanut butter for a long time.
I need to see
yeah. I'm telling you, we cannot make this up. And Brian, ridiculous. I mean, it does. I'm telling you. And his wife found out that he had his scat in the freezer on one of my shows, and his wife was watching, and it all went down on my show. His wife got mad that it was in the freezer next to the food.
After the show's over, I would love to see this. I believe you guys 100%. This is crazy.
I want to see it.
Crazy.
I'm telling you, I'm just being honest with you, Brian. I'm sorry. I don't mean to. I mean, he even's got samurai chatter where they sound like the Sierra sounds, where they're communicating to each other. I mean, let me tell you something. I'll be honest with you. I won't go in the woods alone. Does that tell you something? Yeah, I will not go in the woods alone. I'm sorry. So, yes. And Brian will tell you. I mean, he actually had the Fish and Wildlife called on him because he was feeding them and he got sick. And they got mad. The Bigfoot did, because he wouldn't feed them any more peanut butter because he got sick. So they took the empty peanut butter jars and they went to the neighbor's house and they threw the empty jars at the peanut butter or at the houses. And the neighbors got scared and they called the Fish and Wildlife. And they had to call and put up cameras to track this guy down out of his license plates. And they had to have a conversation about feeding the bear. No, I'm being serious. And one guy had to put his house up for sale. He got that scared. So, yes, it's all documented. Poor Brian. I'm sorry, Brian.
Did you get any pictures of the, just a question. I'm not making fun. I believe 100%.
Look, Brian's got poo photo. And I mean, I'm telling you, it was, I'm not saying, but I'm just saying, I know I'm not trying to throw Brian underneath the box, but he's got it in a sweet and low box in his freezer. He showed it to us.
This is so awesome, yo. I gotta see a photo.
I got to understand. He was setting the peanut butter out, and they were eating them. He wasn't really there with them when they ate them, I guess.
No,
right?
the jars at Sam's. You know, the big family jars. He was doing 8 to 10 of those a week.
So
feeding them. He would take the lids and the bottoms and set them out into gifting areas. And they would unscrew them and eat them and peel back the silver lining. I'm telling you.
Did they get any pictures of them eating?
I tell you, you just got to watch the show. You would not believe the stuff the people that do with Bigfoot.
Gotcha.
So look at Standing Stone. It's an open book for sure. I mean, you cannot make this stuff up.
that's insane.
No, that's awesome. Yeah, that's
it
awesome.
Really is.
I got woods behind my house. I might have to go get some peanut butter, throw it out there, see what happens.
Yeah,
they will get mad if you quit feeding them. I'm just telling you.
Huh.
So there's Brian will give you a lecture. Because it upset the community. Because the Bigfoot community, the animals. I don't mean to laugh, Brian. It's not funny. But they got really upset, and the aggression was taken out on the neighbors.
Man.
When he was sick, because they weren't getting fed. So yes,
people have different takes on Bigfoot, like theories on him. With your experiences, do you think Bigfoot is like 7-8 feet tall, hairy? Like what is your take on Bigfoot? What do you like?
Oh, they're taller than that. They're taller than that. So if you take a trap,
crazy,
okay, and you can use your own foot to do this. So every 2 inches is approximately a foot tall on a Bigfoot. So if you measure your foot, that's how tall a Bigfoot is. So if you take a 16-inch track, it's approximately an 8 foot tall Bigfoot. So you can measure that off. You can tell an approximate distance. And how they come up with that is that because of stop signs and street signs and branches in the woods, they measured it and they measured the tracks. And that's how they got an estimation on how big these creatures are. And depends on the area across the United States, whether you're up north, Pacific Northwest, or down south in Florida, the Skunk Apes, they call them different areas, as how hairier you are or how thick and muscular you are. So yes, they're different breeds, different statures. So yes, they're different.
How are they so good at hiding? Like, because they're so deep in the woods and like mountains, or?
So let me ask you this. This is not a trick question. What color is a polar bear?
White.
Black.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
The hair on the polar bear is translucent. It's like fiber optic. It absorbs the natural surrounding. So allegedly, Bigfoot hair is like fiber optic. So it absorbs the surroundings. So that's why it camouflages itself. So those pillows that you can rub your hand, it's one color, and rub it and it's a different color. Mm-hmm. That's how we think it can camouflage itself like a chameleon. So,
man, you learn something new every day. That's awesome.
But they're deep in the woods and like mountains, though, right?
No, they're in Michigan City. They're outside New York City. They come into the city. They're dumpster divers. They're everywhere.
How come we just don't catch them though?
We do. But a lot of people think that they're AIG, they're fabricated photos or squab blobs. Unfortunately, they can manipulate electronics. I don't know if it's frequencies or if it's vibrations that they can send off. Or, for example, I went out in the woods and here I got one of my nice cameras right there. Okay, fresh batteries. Set the date, time, everything. Came back 2 nights ago to upload the pictures. 70% of my photographs are gone, and the date was on 2009, January the 4th at 11 a.m. Now, how that happened?
What?
So I don't understand how that happened. Now I've got a photograph that I've taken out of all the photographs were left. I cannot explain. And I have other people look at it are like, dude, something's there. Well, we don't know what it is because that's a 300 by 70 lens. So that means when I took that photograph, it was a long shot. It's a silhouette of something, but I cannot tell you what it is because it's not like I'm looking at you, right? I can say it's you.
Yeah.
But it's something in the bushes looking directly at me, but I don't know what it is. I can't say it's a Bigfoot, but it's something. So
this is crazy.
Brian
is.
Yeah,
it is.
Brian's saying that he feels as though people hold on to the pictures because they're waiting for someone to give them some good money before they'll get rid of it.
Yeah, a lot of people think that they got the $1 million picture, and a lot of people steal pictures and use it as their own, say it's theirs, and try to sell it. That's true.
Oh, they could probably edit it and try to make something look like it. Yeah, so just same
really
thing with UFOs, right? I mean, they
and I've actually seen pictures that look like they come out of the National Geographic. And I'm like, let's share them. I'm like, no, I don't want my family a Bigfoot on my property being injured. I got people that own property for 2 or 3 generations won't sell their property because they got a clan of Bigfoot that lives there, and they're afraid of outsiders. What's going to happen to their pets? That if they move, they're afraid that somebody's going to hurt them or hunt them down.
Wow,
intriguing.
It is. It is.
That's actually pretty cool.
As intriguing as the paranormal, actually.
So, yeah, it's wild. So, and like standing stones, they interspeak, they mind speak to you. So it's pretty wild. So, you ever seen the Patterson Gimlin film, Patty?
No, I haven't.
No.
Wow, yeah. Okay.
No.
I saw Harry and the Hendersons.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I've seen that one. Yeah. Wow.
Hello, Jody from South Wales. You okay? So yeah. Over there in the UK, they got the Woodsman. So when they carry a club, and they got them on the churches and cathedrals over there. They're Bigfoots.
No, thanks for sharing that with us, Grizz. I would have never thought. We've talked a little bit about it, but I never really dove into it. So that's great knowledge. I actually one day I want to.
Corbin, look at Corbin. He's like messed up right now.
Yeah, I am. This is like really, I'm just taking it all in. Wait till I tell my girlfriend about this.
I was going to ask about UFOs, but I don't know if I want to. My mind's got to accept
people
the
gift them. We had one lady, and I'm not going to mention her name unless she has permission. They had, and this is funnier than heck. They had fruit cake and rum cake. And they had some left over from Christmas, and they were sitting on the porch, and they gave the fruitcake to the Sasquatches to eat. And one of the juveniles were running around the front yard like and just like acting goofy. And the husband's like, "What's wrong?" She said, "Oh Lord, I think I gave them the rum cake instead of the fruitcake." And the juvenile was drunk off the rum cake. Yes. And this is on the show, testifying. And this is a very well-known lady in the cryptid community. And everybody in the audience knows this. This actually happened, yes. A drunk juvenile Sasquatch, yes.
What? Yo, yes. I have to start watching, man.
Yes.
So interesting.
Eric's saying they recently saw the dog man in Scotland.
Yes, that is correct.
Did they capture that on the camera?
They got pictures of Dog Man. They got, you would not believe the stuff they have, the evidence. Now, don't get me wrong. There are little Johnnies out there causing havoc and hell in costumes, right? Running around drunk, doing fakes and hoaxes. Don't get me wrong. There are out there.
Yeah.
But the ones that I'm telling you are legit people that are credible in the cryptid community, that are very well known, that come upon my shows and testify and have witnesses and also have photos. And I'm telling you, it's the real deal. And I will not put my name on somebody unless I know 100% they're actually legit. I'm very particular, just like you wouldn't.
Right.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
What do you think these beings are? What do you think these like dog face and like Mothman? Like, what do you guys think it is?
You know, that is a good question. I think some of it's demonic. That's just my personal opinion. You know, a lot of people, we know that, you know, that there's now 11 dimensions scientifically that they think that's proven right. Mm-hmm. So, and when we talk about the paranormal, right, I look at it in several different ways. So we know that animals and humans, we can only see in certain spectrums of light, right? Mm-hmm. So we can only hear in certain megahertz, right? So if I'm an alien, right, and I can hear in a different frequency than us, and I can see in a different frequency than humans, and I come to Earth, you wouldn't be able to see me, and I wouldn't be able to see you. Does that make sense?
No, it does make sense.
So we wouldn't be able to see each other. Now, every once in a while, if that dimension shifts or frequency vibrates and that string moves and we get a reflection off that, and maybe we can see a shimmer into that. Now, I've got a video, and I can't remember her name. Brian Barber probably knows, of a Bigfoot cloaking like Predator. That scared the hell out of me.
Like Predator from the movie Predator.
Yes.
Nah, man.
And it was captured back in 2015 off of a woman with a, and I've got one right here. What do you call one of these little things? It's not an iPhone.
iPod?
The iPod, and she had it duct taped to her walking stick. And she's very well known. She's got it on her YouTube channel. Hollywood tried to debunk it. They took it. They tried to debunk it. They didn't have the software. They did everything. They said it was alien. They said they couldn't figure it out. They didn't know what it was. There was a flash of light, like something walked in front of the sun, and she was like, "What was that?" And they went back and put it on the big screen, and they slowed the video down. And they saw a pair of hands grab the vegetation. And they're like, "You got to be joking." And they went back to that spot, and they found the tracks. And when they slowed it down more, and we played it on the air, and ladies and gentlemen that watched it, that's in the audience now, watched the video, and it looked like the Predator. And we all freaked out. And I'm like, wow, this is no way. And it looked just like the movie The Predator.
Is it on YouTube?
Yes, it's on YouTube. And it's actually, I've got it on my YouTube channel. We played it on like 3 of my different shows.
I'm about to look it up now. What's it called? What's the video called?
Actually, I'll send you the link.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'll send you the link after the show.
So hey, Corbin, you ready to go camping in Grizzly's backyard with me?
No, that is hell to the no, actually. I'm going to stick to the paranormal.
Spirits are okay for me, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. But
Barb Shoop is her name that actually did the recording of the cloaked Bigfoot. Barb Shoop. It's SHOUPE. And she has her own YouTube channel. Okay, and cool. I just want to make sure give her credit, the one that did the recording of the Bigfoot that cloaked.
SHOUPE.
Brian Barber saying Randy Cotrera has several pictures of cloaking squatches visible, heads in his truck and cloaked bodies outside of his truck, I guess. That's interesting. So, here's a link Brian Barber just sent, a YouTube link there. Corbin, I don't know if you see it. Yeah, right there on the screen. It'll be in the comment side. You can probably click on it after this or whatever.
Is it like a 14-minute video?
What I'll do is I'll get the video and I'll narrow it down for you. That way you don't have to watch the whole thing.
Cool.
Wait, I see it right here. Hold on 1 second. Oh, I don't watch this thing. That's crazy.
No, this is a great conversation, Chris. That's
Yeah, he's
awesome.
watching it. I hear her saying, "Did you just see that?"
Yeah, my Wi-Fi is just going slow right now. But what in the world is happening? This is.
You see it cloaking?
What year was this?
2015.
Yeah, something hard and fast. What the heck was that? Did you see that? Yeah.
Like a thrust and not
What?
Yeah, something hard and fast. What the heck was that? Did you see that?
This is a review of Barb Shoop.
Yeah.
Can you-
She's a Sasquatch researcher.
Here, I might have to actually look at the whole video, or maybe that link somebody sent.
Yeah. Well, we played that on a couple of my shows with her on the show because we interviewed her and she gave us permission for me to use it on a couple of other shows because I've never seen that. And we always hear people saying out in the woods that I would be standing there and I would hear something running towards me.
Yeah.
And something would go by me, but I don't see anything.
Did you see that?
It's like, how do you fake this?
And they try to debunk it. They took her iPod and they tried everything. Hollywood did. Cinematic people tried to, and they could not. They could not replicate it. They could not do anything. And they took her device and all that.
Wow.
And yes.
This is crazy. I've never had a. Wow. This is crazy.
And she actually is one of the ones that has them that lives on her property. And she actually has people that comes and camps on her property, and she does tours on her property. And she's very interesting. She has relationships with them. She's not afraid of them. They come up to her house, and very interesting. She's very credible in the cryptid community. So,
no, that's cool. Definitely, I'm gonna pull that bad boy up after this too. If you wouldn't mind sending me the link when we get done with this, Grizz. I looked it up and it brought up a bunch of different Bigfoots, different videos.
I still don't know exactly what I'm looking at though. Is it like cloaking, or is it like, can you actually see Bigfoot, or is it what?
So what you're looking like the shimmering, like the cloak part.
Okay.
Like the predator right by the vine. And you'll see it like a glimmer man, like it's pixelating.
Okay. Let me go right back to it.
And let me see. Let's see here. Brian, how far back did Brian send that link? Because I could pull it up and.
So is the reflection on like the tree or something?
Hold on here. Let me see if I can.
Yeah, see if you can't pull it up and share it, Grizz.
Brian, can you copy and send me that link in Messenger, please, Brian Barber? So I can share that on my screen and show him. Brian Barber, can you send me that link in Messenger, please?
That's interesting.
Okay, he just sent it to me. Stand by. Let me pull it up now. Because I do have permission from her prior to show this, so I know as long as I give her credit for it, I know she ain't going to be upset.
Learn something new every day, huh, Corbin?
Yeah, I was not expecting this one.
Now, that's why I said even the Cherokee Indian tribes and other Indian tribes, They tell me not to go in the woods. I don't go in the woods by myself. Mm-mm.
Smart guy.
All right, let me. Let's see here. Let me fast forward it here.
For those of you joining us, we're looking at a cloaked Bigfoot. Grizzly's getting ready to pull up a video one. We started discussing cryptids, and Bigfoot popped up, and Grizz gave us a great conversation on stuff that I didn't know about when it came to Bigfoots and Sasquatches, and I didn't realize that they cloaked. So that's cool. And he's looking at a video right now that he has permission to use to show us what we're letting us all see what he's talking about when it comes to this cloaking thing, trying to figure it out.
All right, let me see here.
You ever hunt with Daniel Class, Corbin?
Yeah,
I'm gonna mute myself real quick.
I went with him and Nick in February. Did a hotel, a haunted Lafayette hotel. We did that.
Okay, good. Yeah, he was on last week. I actually met him and Nick. My wife and I met him and Nick at Ashmore Estates, of all places, about I think 3 years ago.
They're really good people.
Yeah, they are.
Good people.
Really nice people, down to earth. Like I said, we have this camera that my partner with Paralink.com, he's an engineer, and he made a camera for us for just catching anomalies and stuff. And they came out, looked at it. They're impressed with it. So that made my partner feel pretty cool when I went back to him with that info. So
you guys have equipment?
Oh yeah. I hunt with that paranormal T.H.A.T. Paranormal, and he had made us, my partner in Paralink.com made us a spirit box. It's more it's an old time 1930s 1940s speaker box, basically, is what it is. I use an app with it, Bluetooth, and like I said, we have a couple SLS cameras. We have the SP7. We have actual. We have a lot of equipment. It's just right. We do a lot of private hunts, and be honest with you, COVID, when everybody started raising the prices a lot, that's when we really started diving into the privates, because we didn't feel comfortable like going to some places charging a lot more. So what we do when we do small group hunts, everybody just splits the cost. We don't charge any extra. But like Mineral Springs Mall, for instance, they stayed the same price at COVID. So that, but like I said, it's been a year and a half since I know if they've done hunts. McPike Mansion, they stayed the same price even through COVID and after COVID.
Is McPike better now? I know they're restoring it a little bit, and it's harder for people to go upstairs and stuff like that.
Yeah, you still can't go upstairs. You can walk into the foyer area, but they did fix the roof, and they did fix the eaves around the roof, and they painted it. It looks nice up top, up high now, and the front looks pretty good. They cleaned up all the brick a while back. But we went into the foyer, and we got we had our cameras going, and you know how if you look up there, there's a plaster falling a little bit hanging there, and then you got the laths underneath the plaster. But we caught the laths going like this. Yeah, and then we also heard somebody moving furniture upstairs. It sounded like that. I mean, it was just we got it on tape and everything, so it was pretty cool.
Why couldn't you guys get upstairs again? Is it floor is not stable?
Yeah, it's you have to have, I think she said, $2 million worth of insurance, of your own insurance, to go up there, because she doesn't want to. It's her property. And I think whenever Ghost Adventures went up there and did their show, she said they had to have $2 million worth of insurance and prove it to them before they could go up there and walk around. She'll let you go up to the top step and that little bitty platform, but that's pretty much it. But you can't stand there too long. You can't blame her. Even down on the first floor, when you walk around the stairs, there's a floor missing. You just walk, all you got's rafters. But the basement's pretty cool too. They have an old ice. The basement was where they kept ice, and it looks like a cave. Part of it does, and that's back in the day, that's where they kept the ice and the butler's entrances and all that stuff, the back stairs and everything. So it's pretty cool.
Jeez, what happens to the house? It's like nature, or people just not
Yeah.
take care of it?
For years, people didn't take care of it. And
Oh.
she bought it to make a bed and breakfast for her husband. And then the state withdrew. They took it off. I believe they took it off of the protected houses, which means she couldn't get no funding to fix the house up. So now what they do is they utilize volunteers to, so they raise funds, hunting the places where they raise some of it. People donate. There are a lot of people around here that donate to it. And a lot of, I think they get like JLGs, lifts and stuff like that from the area, from construction companies. They'll donate that. But it's typically during the summer is the only time they really work on it because, weather around here gets bad in November through like March. But they are doing their best to get it complete. I suggest hunting it if you ever make it this way. It's definitely fun. And she doesn't really, she's a great person. She doesn't take advantage of advertising too much, but then again, she has a lot of word of mouth already.
Yeah.
A lot of people throughout the country know about it. So if she wanted to book it anytime, I think she could book it anytime she wanted, so. Did you happen to find it, Grizz? Still got to go. No, but like I said, I'll find out about the Mineral Springs, make sure they're still doing it. I'm pretty sure they are. I thought I saw something not too long ago on it. The YWCA up here is pretty cool. There's also a Unitarian church that shut down for like 3 years during COVID. Oh, you still there? That shut down during COVID, and people are starting to hunt it again. That's a pretty creepy place.
What's it called?
First Unitarian Church here in Alton, Illinois. The old post office is supposed to be haunted as well, but they opened it up as a cafe. They repurposed it, and they won't let you hunt there anymore. But people used to, and it was the old post office. It's an old structure. It's like a concrete structure, a big 2-3 story building, and it's actually really neat. Now there's a Stratford Hotel, which I know Brian and Rochelle have hunted it because there's a radio station in the basement. And whenever I did an interview for my music, I was down there with him. We started talking ghost hunting, and we're actually set. We're supposed to go in November to hunt it, that paranormal, but it's like a 8-story high building. And people have died in there. And he said people haven't hunted except for Brian and Rochelle. I think a year or two ago was the last time somebody hunted it. So, yeah, we're excited about that one.
Yeah, that's big. After he shows the video, I might have to get off of here, man.
That's good. It's all good, man. It's good. Grizz, I know he's listening. People have been asking me for a while to put together some.
Hold on, I got the video. Hold on before you jump off. Yeah, I got it. Okay. I just wanted to get it narrowed down to where.
All right. I got some music for a theme to a TV show for paranormal. I'm getting ready to put it all together, so I'm waiting. Once I get that going, Grizz is going to be happy. It's going to be because we've been talking about that for a while. But I'm going to pitch it. We're definitely going to use it for this if Grizz is cool with it. We'll talk about it and see what he thinks, but definitely going to pitch it to some TV shows and see what they think about it for the paranormal stuff.
You got his email address, right? Or his Facebook account?
Facebook message. Yeah.
Okay, I'll send it to you by link. This way you can look at it and see it cloaking, okay?
Okay. Yeah.
All right. All right. Well, hey, I appreciate you being on the show. Thank you, but you're going to be blown away once you see this.
I can't wait to see it. You guys have
Yeah, we really do appreciate you coming on, taking our time of your busy schedule. Seriously, like I said, if you make it down this way, look me up, and if we'll definitely make it up your guys' way here because I want to hook up with Ricky too at the Bell Mansion, and my wife and I have been talking about that for about 6-8 months now. So probably beginning of next year when we make it up that way. So
yeah, Bell's amazing.
Check out paralink.com if you get a chance. Telling everybody that out there too, if you can. And yeah, thanks, man. Great time talking.
Yeah, thank you so much. And I'll get that video right over to you, sir. Thank you, sir. Awesome. Take care. Yeah.
Thanks.
Right, bye-bye.
Bye.
What a nice guy, huh, Chris?